Third speech will be about the importance of plural leadership during organization or during organizational transformation, vertical and horizontal. It will be presented by Mr. Nawaf Alghanem.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Nawaf Alghanem. I'm studying first year PhD. I'm supervised by Professor Ahliauniversitybh and Doctoral. My topic is going to be about the importance of plural leadership during organization transformation, both vertical and horizontal. Introduction part. Leadership is a challenge in a volatile and a vibrant global economy where business environment is very dynamic and highly competitive. In order to be coping with such competitive economic environment is by being proactive, predictive to business trends and directions, and adaptive to changes. The efficiency and success of those changes does depend on the way changes are executed and implemented. Leaders and organizations are the key elements to successful implementation of change. What is organizational transformation? Organizational transformation is an organizational change that goes beyond the mere change in systems to a process that deeply penetrates the organization in order to achieve the utmost satisfaction and positive perception of organizational goals and objectives. Organizational transformation is defined as a term which refers broadly to such activities as re-engineering, redesigning and refining system, or a change in the manner the business is carried out. Organizational transformation and change has many forms, from radical to incremental to morphing. Organization transformation is a whole process. These are the questions that this presentation should be answering when we reach the final stage of the slides. So it's basically, why is organizational transformation considered of such importance? Is leadership vital in the transformational phase? And why is plural leadership important during organizational transformation? Indeed, there are many scholars and many definitions to leadership theory, but they all lead to the same conclusion, which is a leadership theory which leads the organization either through individuals, either through groups, or either through networks of individuals having the goals set in collaboration to achieve the overall goal of the organization. The chronological leadership theory evaluation. So I decided to put the leadership evaluation in a chronological time frame in order to understand how did it develop and how did it evolve through different times. So leadership theories from the early 20th century to the late 70s are identified essentially as traditional leadership theories. Whereas leadership theories that developed and emerged from the 80s to the 21st century are defined as newer leadership theory. At the beginning of this century, more team collective leadership theories has emerged and started evolving, alongside a new evolutionary global leadership theory. Traditional leadership theory, which was first described by Max Weber 1947, and consists of the following leadership: trait-based theories. And this theory became famous in the 19th century. It began with a great man heroic leadership theory that states that leadership qualities are inherited. It then evolved to a trait-based theory, which really looks at the characteristics of the leader, trying to identify which characteristics defines leaders from non-leaders. And then it evolved more to a behavioral theory. Behavioral theories are the opposite to trait theories, as it focuses on the leader's behavior and actions rather than traits. Situational contingency theories, it's a theory based on motivational factors of individuals by matching their behavior to their leader with their capacity to handle different roles and responsibilities. We then reach to a leader-follower theory, which is a theory that sets the ground and sets the foundation into the evolution to the new leadership theory, which is the theories that has evolved from the 80s to current times. So for leader-follower theory focuses on the response of leaders to followers' capability and ability to adapt to changes and efficient performance. New leadership theories. New leadership theories are some way charismatic, inspiral, and transactional. New leadership theories emphasizes symbolic leadership behavior, visionary, inspirational messages, emotional feelings, ideological and moral values, individualized attentions, and intellectual stimulations. The most researched and studied new leadership theories are transactional leadership, transformational leadership, and charismatic leadership. Collective team leadership theories. Leadership is an approach to leadership that leverages on the human aspect, focusing on individual and encouraging their positive participation in decision-making process. Collective approach to leadership are built around the concept of moving from a single to a leadership model where followers and group exercise shared leadership to initiate transformative changes. Collective team leadership theories are decentralized, where leadership can be rotated or shared based on situation and current challenges facing the organization. Collective leadership theories operates at a multi-level, formal and informal, and dynamic in its approach to leadership. Global leadership theories are those newer revolutionary theories that recognizes the complexity of leadership, such as instrumental, process, and global theory. Global leadership rotates around the idea that leadership can take place globally and across different geographic locations. Global leadership theory is still not defined nor researched comprehensively. However, it is defined as the process influencing others to adopt a shared vision through structures and methods that facilitate positive change while fostering individual and collective growth in a context characterized by significant levels of complexity. It is about leading through dissimilar cultures and can be looked at either cultural or universal. Transactional leadership. Transactional leadership is known as bureaucratic leadership due to the nature of transactional leader, which operates in a bureaucracy and believes in strict structures. Transformational leadership is also known as managerial leadership, as it believes as well, due to the nature of transactional leaders and authorities. So it's an authoritarian leadership and based most of its influence on power, reward, and punishment systems. Transactional leaders pay attention to the supervising role leaders, group performance, organizational structures, and demands followers' compliance to changes through intensifying them to carry out their duties by a strict reward punishment system. Until the last 2 decades, it was looked at as the most efficient organizational change implementational instrument. This theory manages organization in a conventional way, as it believes in the authority, power, and position. Such leadership is effective during emergencies and an environment where strict rules and regulations are essential to carry out responsibility safely and professionally. Transformational leadership. The concept of transformational leadership was introduced by Best in 1978 as a leadership style that mainly focused on the relationship between leaders, followers, and was studied in a political leadership. It was expanded to a broader area of implementation and applicability in organizational leadership philosophy. Transformational leaders are inspiring, charismatic leaders who motivate employees by achieving organizational collective goals. Conclusion. This paper focuses on the importance of implementing horizontal leadership to boost and kickstart positive, efficient performance and results alongside vertical leadership during organizational transformation. Having transformational leaders' engagement and change implementation during those change had positive enhancement in performance level. It was very clear from the literature reviewed that vertical leadership is a conventional leadership style. However, it's still one of the main initiators of change, but having horizontal leadership ensures those changes are flowing smoothly within the organization boundaries and vertically from top to bottom and bottom to top in harmony. Thank you very much.